Hey, what's up? This is Joe. In this video, I head down to Florida for Bike Week 2026. Dodging forest fires. That is one hell of a plume of smoke. Camping out in the cold. There's a freeze warning in effect. Working on some truly gorgeous motorcycles. Hanging out with other vagabonds. Day before setup day. Not everything's going according to plan. Getting VIP access to the flat track races. And checking out some amazing sights and sounds along the way. All right, just getting ready to start this vagabond journey down to Florida. Unfortunately, I'm still off the bike. I had ripped this shoulder apart twice in the past. It kind of feels like the slightest thing could make it dislocate again, so I'm trying to avoid that for the time being. So I'm borrowing a car from one of my family members for the trip down. And just going to be sort of camping and doing the vagabond thing out of that. Work the event very carefully and then see a doctor about my shoulder when I get back. I've already seen one. He gave me a referral. So anyway, wish me luck on that. So nonetheless, super excited to be back on the road. So let's get to it. From the southwest corner of Virginia, I began the nearly 650-mile journey to Ormond Beach. All right, been driving for about 2.5 hours, just crossed over into South Carolina. This Buick Encore SUV that I'm borrowing is kind of a compact SUV and gets pretty decent gas mileage. I've definitely done a lot more miles than I would have done on my motorcycle in this amount of time. If I was on a bike, I'd be looking for somewhere to camp right now. It's supposed to get really cold tonight in a lot of places in Georgia and even North Florida. So I'm going to lay down the miles tonight and try to get somewhere that's going to be as warm as possible. But I'll tell you what, man, it just feels good to be traveling again. Even though it's not nearly as fun as a motorcycle, you know, I'll take what I can get. This Sunday ended up not being the greatest day to travel, man. The traffic's been absolutely nuts. And kind of reminds me of why I like being on a motorcycle. Basically, even though ultimately you're a lot more vulnerable on a motorcycle, at least you can get out of the way and you can see completely around you, you know? In a car, you're just this big, bulky object with a lot of blind spots and stuff. I've never really had a lot of money just sitting around to get a proper like bagger. I guess the closest thing was like I was on an ST 1300 for about 1.5 years, rode that all over Mexico a couple of times, all over the US. I just kind of didn't like it, especially when I was in Mexico, because it wasn't the best like lightweight vehicle for lane splitting. And I like a smaller bike because they're easier to take into the woods, easier to pick up, that kind of thing. That ST was a real beast, especially when it was fully loaded. My thing about Harley baggers is that you never really know what you're getting if you're buying used. You could, in theory, find some really good deals on some bikes that are going to be relatively reliable, but the problem with Harley is that a lot of the type of people that own Harley Davidsons are the type that like to tinker, and some of the people doing that are not necessarily the most qualified. So you never know what you're getting unless you know the guy and you know exactly what he did, and you can get one as close to bone stock as possible. I would avoid any with any kind of engine work. So we'll see. I've still got another set of riser blocks I'm going to put on my bike and see if I can get the position not quite as leaned forward. I got some friends that have similar shoulder injuries, and they ride Harley baggers and don't really have a problem as long as they don't overdo it. So I don't know, man. The woods are on fire. If you can see all this crazy smoke right over there. I'm actually heading towards one of my favorite campgrounds, which is like $4 a night. So they just had the road blocked off and I got rerouted down this sandy road. You can see that sky's filling up with smoke from that forest fire over there. Looks pretty clear over that way. That's where I'm headed. That is one hell of a plume of smoke. All right, man, just an absolutely gorgeous campground. I was wrong. It's no longer $4. I think it was $4. Now it's $10. Anyway, I'm looking around because all that crazy wind that we got. There's a bunch of down branches and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to not park under any stuff like that. I was a little worried about this guy right here, but it looks like I see some leaves on it. It's still alive. All right, boy, am I starving, man. It's been a long day. I just brought some cooked steak and some garlic butter that I made with a little bit of fresh mozzarella. And I'm glad I did because I really don't feel like cooking anything. So I'm going to kind of walk around and eat this while I sort of take a look at these trees and ponder the situation. But anyway, this is camp. There's a freeze warning in effect. I stayed here last year and just about froze my nuts off. I'm guessing it'll be about the same. Thing I started doing, particularly in colder weather, is setting up that cot first, and then I got that thick sleeping pad, which is easy to carry around in the car. And a place to put the chair, man. Just getting out of the wind makes all the difference in the world, whereas if you're just sitting in the yard, you get cold pretty quick. But I found in here I can just bundle up the layers and everything and cozy up in my sleeping bag and sit there and just read a book and whatever, because if I lay down and try to read a book, I'm going to fall asleep and I might not be ready to go to sleep, so I'll sit in the chair. All right, not nearly as cold as I thought it might be. It stayed above freezing, which is always good. It is a little chilly, but the sun's out already and feels like it's warming up. I guess it's about 34, somewhere in there. So really not bad. I mean, I had about a couple of pillows from home. I had the storage capacity to carry a bunch of pillows, blankets, sleeping bags, and stuff like that. So I just kind of bundled up. And at one point I was actually too hot. So I slept for about a good 9.5 hours, which is about the amount of driving I did yesterday. So I think it all kind of equals out. I'm still about 2 hours away from Ormond Beach. Today will just be a nice, easy day. Well, it was 3 times I tried to go by the camp office to pay and nobody was there, so I guess that one was on the house. A thing of beauty. That is not a thing of beauty. Don't give me that look. Day before setup day. Yeah, not everything's going according to plan, so he's been waiting here for a while. But anyway, I'm here.
We're here.
So anyway, we're at the What's the name of this? Colt's Barbecue?
Yeah.
Excellent barbecue.
Colt's Pig Stand.
Colt's Big Stand. Alrighty, good old Memphis Shades. So yeah, boss just got in. We got the truck more or less parked, so I'm gonna go inside and make my house. All right, man, it is freezing cold, basically. This is my bed up here in the bunk. One of the nice things about traveling in the car is I could bring a bunch of extra pillows, which are good for my shoulder. So as you can see, I just got a whole mountain of pillows and blankets and stuff. It's like 34 degrees outside right now. I was able to get by just using one sleeping bag. As insulated as it is inside of here, it really wasn't that bad, at least in the night. Now that I'm kind of up and moving around, it's pretty damn cold. So basically got my shoulder taped up, and frankly, it's feeling a hell of a lot better than it was like 2 months ago. But I got this kinesiology tape, keep it stable and kind of keep me conscious of it, so I don't sort of get overconfident and then reach for something behind me all of a sudden. Is kind of a constant reminder to sort of watch it. But you can't really overdo it on this stuff, or you sort of risk letting the muscles atrophy. So after setup, I'm taking it off. There's a Harley-Davidson truck. And here's the lot in front of Teddy Morse's Harley-Davidson. And hey, I know that girl. What's happening? We're pretty much set up at this point. Today's Thursday, so we expect people to start rolling in today. Apparently this is the 85th anniversary, somebody was telling me, so they're expecting like 500,000 people out here, so we'll see how it goes. Right now there's nobody out here, but it's been absolutely freezing cold up to this point. Basically most of this entire lot is owned by Harley-Davidson. So a lot of these vendors out here, I guess they either buy their spot from Harley or they work with Harley. Like in the case of Cobra, I think Harley is one of their dealers. So basically they make a sale and they're selling it out of Harley-Davidson's inventory. I'm not really sure what is in these buildings. I guess they're like individual rooms, kind of like a hotel. People rent these out. Probably insanely expensive. Usually the band plays over there. There's like Saints and Sinners Pub. So a bunch of this stuff is not open yet, obviously. So you're getting kind of the early morning tour. But then they got this big pavilion over here. This used to be where they had the bikini contest and sound competitions and stuff like that. Now they're just using it for inventory, where you just got hundreds and hundreds of bikes out here. Got an ATM right there, conveniently enough. 2 ATMs. But yeah, we got everything set up pretty much yesterday and the day before. Everything worked out, and at this point we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. All right, first customer of the event. These are the Memphis Shades handguards, one of our best sellers. I've done probably hundreds of these at this point, so I better not screw it up.
What up, man?
Hey, what's happening, bro? Doing all right?
Yeah. Just seeing if you were over here again.
Oh yeah, living the dream.
Nice. How's things been going for you?
Good.
I think your most recent video, like last week or two, talking about coming down here. You said you got injured or something?
Oh, my shoulder.
What
Dislocated it a couple of times. Just. Yep.
That'll do it.
Yep. And now it's kind of like, I went through a period of instability. I was in Vietnam for about 3 months, and then Malaysia, and had an MRI done, and the Vietnamese doctors wanted to roll me back into the operating room, and I'm like, wait a second.
Hold on now.
Yeah, hang on a second. Off a bike for now, just taking it easy.
Not riding in yet?
Not yet. Just because if I hit have to like slam on the brakes or something, then it's like the joint is it's like loose inside, and it might like jerk it out. You know.
My buddy Ray, he's pulled his out like a bunch of times over his life, and he still has that happen.
Yeah,
like
every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean he rides again now though, and he rides hard, so I think he'll get over it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, not all the way, but enough to where you can enjoy riding again.
Well, I couldn't even hold a coffee cup out like this without it like slipping Yeah, so it might be the dirty car vagabond for a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. You got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, it's how it is. It sucks,
But did you do anything cool this winter?
Not really. I just moved. That's about it.
Did you?
One town over, you know.
Where you living now?
I lived in Peachtree City, Georgia. I'm in Fayetteville now, like 30 minutes south of Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I got a bunch of friends about 30 minutes north of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Gainesville.
Well, they're in a better spot.
Oh, yeah?
Well, they're closer to the mountains. You don't have to go through the city to get to the mountains.
Right, right.
I got to go through that Atlanta traffic to get up there. It sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
a little
after
bit,
a long
huh?
day to ride through the mountains. If it's still before 7 o'clock, I just wait until 9 or so to go back south. It's better than going through that during rush hour.
I rode through Atlanta late at night one night.
That's kind of
nice. It was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was really cool. All the lights.
Yeah, it's a huge, concrete jungle. It's great to ride at night after about 10 o'clock. But if the drunks are out,
Yep.
But anyways, it's nice to see you, man.
You too, man.
Yeah, I hope you heal up soon.
Take care. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you, this tool belt was a good idea. Talking about this tool belt that I got specifically for this, so I don't have to reach for tools with the other hand.
I'm gonna try your socket. Might be painful, rust. This thing just won't even go all the way on. Thank you.
Okay, so this is sort of a custom fitment, you would say?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Steve, the head of R&D, or R&D manager, I guess.
Fitness specialist.
Fitment specialist. Okay. What's the name of this bike? It's a
Buell Super Cruiser.
Buell Super Cruiser. Are these production yet?
They are now in production. They're being delivered to customers.
And they come with one of our fairings on it, right?
Right. The cafe fairing that's on there in production has to be our fairing in hardware.
Basically that one over there. I'll show you that in a second. So what did you have to do to make this work?
Well, honestly, it's a little bit snug. I had to move the lower fork pumps up and put it on 1 notch smaller setting.
Okay.
And that was really about it.
Really?
When we get it in for a final fitment, we'll probably make everything fit a little better, but this is the second one. We did one for the owner of Buell, Bill Melvin.
Okay.
And the guy saw that one, he wanted it, so they sent him over here, and I said, yeah, I can make it happen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks great.
It does look good, doesn't it?
I'll show you this over here. This is the Buell production bike. The company kind of made some kind of a deal with Buell, and they liked our fairing, so now that comes stock on all the production Super Cruisers.
Yeah, my buddy down in Gainesville.
Yeah.
I need that shirt.
He gets kicked off Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, let's take this out. He's like, all right.
Hello.
Take my picture.
Some kind of maybe adult beverage being brewed up on the back of that.
What's that thing where the windscreen is?
I don't know what that. I don't know. Keep the birds off you. She's a Honda. All right, it's like 8 a.m. on Sunday, and already there's all these people waiting in line to get into service. All right, this is Dave. Dave's Crazy Trailer. Is that still your YouTube?
That's still my YouTube.
Right on. What bike are you on now?
I got a 2025 Limited for maybe today.
Maybe today? Yeah, this guy changes bikes like underwear.
Sometimes it seems that way.
Used to have a thing for the Victory Vision. You had a few of those, right?
I still have 2. I did have 3, but I got 2 left.
Still got 2?
Yeah, I still got 2.
Had to get rid of one of them, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's just I had my garage. Every time you want to do anything, you got to pull them all out of the garage, you know.
Yeah, right. Garage was getting a little cramped, huh?
The garage was getting a little cramped, so now I'm looking to find something else to put back in there, you know.
I meet this guy periodically at the events and stuff like that. We've met up in Ocean City, Sturgis, here a couple of times. So what's your plan this year?
Just ride a lot, go somewhere.
Kind
Sure, I'm always going somewhere.
There we go. Check him out, Dave's Crazy Trailer.
Check it out, Dave's Crazy Trailer.
He's got a trailer and it's crazy.
It is crazy. I got 2 of them crazy trailers.
You got 2 crazy trailers.
I got 2 crazy trailers and a double wide.
It's been a little slow out here, honestly. Fox Shocks has been killing it over there, which is kind of unusual. I guess people are catching on to the Fox Shock deal. It seems like everybody comes in at the same time.
Yeah, it's slow for a little while, then they all come at once.
Yeah, which we kind of like it when it's steady.
Right.
We'd rather it be steady. All right, this is obviously one of our influencers, girl with the pink sporty. Chain drive, Legend Shocks. Nice paint job. So do you have like an Instagram?
Girl with the pink sporty.
Girl with the pink sporty. Fittingly enough. As usual, pretty much the only thing I'm seeing of the rally is the inside of my tent. Working long hours in the sun, and after you get off of work, don't really feel like doing anything, and that's usually the case. Boss takes us out to eat every night, which is nice. Take a shower and come back home, crawl in my bunk and pass out, and do it all again the next day. So that's pretty much it. Hey, get away from there. So this is Bob of Mustang Seats. Mustang. But so how's your rally going so far?
Great as usual.
Great?
I mean, we have product that sells itself, so I don't have to work hard.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Customers come in, they know what they want.
The hardest part is your setup because you got all the grid wall.
Yeah, it's the physical setup and breakdown. Yeah, it's harder than JP was because JP we had a 13-man crew.
Yeah.
Here we have a 6-man crew.
Okay. What do you got planned for the year? What shows are you doing?
After this, I'm heading to California, Arizona, New Mexico. We'll see what the weather's like. It might go farther north.
Yep.
But I got a month and a half to ride.
This is all on your Road King?
Yep.
Bob's another motorcycle rally rat, scooting around all over the place and does, how many miles you do in a year?
35 to 40.
35 to 40.
2020 when I first met you, I did 50 that year.
Okay, I did like 40 my first year out.
Yeah. You were down in Guatemala for Christ's sake.
Yeah, man.
Jesus, what a fucking ninja. Little ninja.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
That thing was packed. I used to show people the picture of your bike, fully packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude's a traveler.
You're off until Laconia?
No, I'm off until Panama City.
Ah, okay.
Which is in May.
Then you're going all the way out to California?
Yeah.
Basically another coast-to-coast ride. It's another...
Yeah, for my 100th time.
Just business as usual.
Yeah.
How many times have you done that?
Since I retired.
Yeah.
48 states 3 times. Coast to coast, a dozen. I stopped counting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every spring and fall, or every spring in Sturgis.
I've been doing it for 7 years now.
This is year 7, just like you, man. I'm right behind you.
Yeah. So, do you think that you're going to stop doing this anytime soon?
No.
There you go.
Nope, I'll probably die on the road.
What do you like about it?
Freedom. Freedom changes scenery. That's my favorite part. Is it changes scenery, constant change of scenery. My office view, always changing. You know, people ask me, how'd you do this?
Yeah.
Dream it, plan it, do it.
Do it. That's the most important thing. Scotty used to tell me, pick your balls up, put them on the seat, and hit the gas.
So, a friend of mine, Bud Mosley, Hobo Bud out of Michigan, His favorite saying is, "No plan is the best plan."
All right, we just did a windshield on this. This is a Kawasaki KZ900 in absolutely flawless condition. It's got this really cool chrome fender on the front right there. And then interestingly enough, he's got the single disc brake right there, but it's got a place where you can add another disc directly onto that wheel and put another caliper right there. And then there's some kind of a block that you can install that'll sort of split it off, and you get a double disc brake on the front. So it looks newer than my bike. Mine's a 2019. Got a Kickstarter on there. I mean, just flawless. And this, back in the day, I think this was like basically sort of a precursor to a crotch rocket type of a thing. I mean, this was like a rocket ship compared to everything else in '77, you know? He bought it from a guy who had 4 of them side by side in his garage with almost 0 miles on them. Looking at the controls and the lettering and everything else, and how black everything still is. And this has been, I mean, hardly seen the light of the sun.
Over here. Over here. Cowboy. Cowboy.
This guy's always got the funniest shirts, man. That's one of my all-time favorites right there.
Next stop sign.
There we go. All right. Now I like the old stuff, man. There's the Shovelhead Tour Glide. And that's pretty cool. Not really sure what they do in there. Might be sort of lighting type of stuff over here. Jim Morrison.
I bet that's Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
That's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Elvis Presley.
Elton John.
Ray Charles.
Elvis
Little
Presley.
Richard.
Little Richard.
Ozzy.
Pretty much everybody, isn't it?
Pretty much. We're out here at the flat track races. This is Thursday, second Thursday. And this is the Daytona International Speedway short track. So yeah, we got absolutely slammed, but we're all excited because there are a bunch of interesting races scheduled for tonight, so it should be cool. Alright, here we are in the pits now.
Pivots, rings, it doesn't matter. You get a hold of Tommy, TDFJ.com, the official jeweler.
Let's go to Cop's Bike.
Cunningham, 120, 112, Gabriel, well, there, 277, 87, 278, Matty Land, 93, Caleb, Mark, 1.2 is Johnny Connor.
How's it going, sir?
Good to see you. We qualified good, made changes, went backwards, but we're going back to where we started, and we're going to give her hell.
Good. Hell yeah. Suzuki's running good?
Yeah. I'll race the big girl tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
The Adventure.
Okay, cool. So you sitting out most of the season?
Just doing the East Coast. We just had on powder. I know it's weird, but I want to be home with the wife and kids.
Yeah.
I can't get that time back.
Yeah.
My oldest is turning 3 and my youngest is 18 months. So they're at that age where like my son now knows I'm not there. Like, he's like, "Where's Dad at? Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy?" He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
What? Like I told Alan, I'll always have Memphis shades on them. You guys have all been so good to me, and stuck with me, and I'm gonna do the same with
We
you guys.
appreciate that.
That's why I was planning on coming over there to J&P, but I rode Monday, Tuesday I prepped bikes, Wednesday I was helping a little amateur kid yesterday here. By the time they finished here, it was already dark, 8 o'clock, and I'm like, you guys are probably closed.
Right, yeah.
Six minutes, 2 laps. The board goes down. He's off the racetrack. Six on the inside. Good train back to second.
All right, so the Australian Tom Drain took that one.
Joe Bogart, running up the top 10. The race I have a big stop and check out the whole battle and we battle that
It's funny, the 69 guy is sponsored by OnlyFans.
Motors, Harley Davidson entry. The number 12 is Hot Rod Cody.
I think he's got this one.
Super Twins main event, night number 1 here in Daytona. The board goes down sideways. The bikes are in gear. Their shields are locked in. Slides into second, down Put Trent low in third. Now Henry Wild up the inside trying to take over third.
The Super Twins main was called a few laps early after a motorcycle caught fire on the track. Trent Lowe's bike.
They usually run passes before they let go. That's what they've said throughout history of our sport. But
all right, they called the race after that little incident with the fire. So Cody Kopp, number 1. All right, here's the Adventure Trackers class. We got our man Dan Bromley, number 62, on the pole. On the second night of racing, Dan Bromley was leading the Adventure Tracker class and was heavily favored to win. Suddenly, he lost control of the enormous Suzuki V-Strom and high-sided, getting thrown violently over the handlebars. The unfortunate aspect of this class is that it requires a 100% bone stock production ADV bike right down to the tires, which are hardly ideal for this type of track. Unfortunately, Dan Bromley was in the lead and high-sided at some point. He was out there for a while. The paramedics were attending to him and eventually took him away on a stretcher. So we can only hope he's all right.
Be careful. We'll hopefully see you all tomorrow night, but we got to get up some hardware, pop some champagne before we say goodnight down here.
Oh man, what a beauty.
Hey.
Beautiful.
Oh, you like it?
It
was a round oval, is that what it was?
Up to round from everybody down there.
The 17-year-old
the Buell Super Cruiser
Okay.
with some of the FXR type mags.
Right here, last year.
Before long, teardown rolled around, and it was time to start packing up the whole operation. All right, so that wraps her up for another bike week. Yeah, it seemed like there was less attendance than maybe in some previous years, but you know, nonetheless, it was pretty good. In terms of numbers, we hit our mark, so everything went fine as far as that goes, but just barely. And we had a couple of days that were just absolutely dead, mixed with a couple of days of getting absolutely balls to the wall slammed. So my shoulder has gotten better, and I think being out here kind of working has definitely helped the situation, just kind of using it without kind of overexerting type of thing. But I'm definitely not quite ready to be back on a bike yet because that joint still feels so unstable. So the plan is to get back home and try some physical therapy type of stuff and see if I can kind of strengthen all the muscles around it so I can get back on a bike hopefully. But I guess the next order of business is take the money that I just made from working this show and look for some kind of a really cheap vehicle that I can live in. Just anything I can do to get back in the woods and do my physical therapy and stuff like that. So I got a couple of cars I'm planning on looking at on the way back home, sort of along the route. So unfortunately, we got some bad news with Dan Bromley. He had a partially collapsed lung and a broken rib. So I think he's doing all right now. He's pretty stable, but I mean, he was just talking about having a couple of really young kids at home, so it's kind of a rough deal for him and the rest of his family. So but anyway, I'm about ready to hit the road. We'll see you later. And just like that, another Daytona bike week was in the bag. Just what in the hell I was going to be doing after this, I still wasn't sure exactly. The one thing I knew for certain was that I needed to get back in the woods by any means necessary, even if it meant a possible surgery and living out of a car for a while. The rain poured down as I pointed the Buick north. So I hope you enjoyed that Bike Week 2026 video. Just a quick reminder to please hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, this channel stays independent because of viewer support. If you'd like to contribute to this project, there's an optional donate link below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.